Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's really afternoon, I know. But you got to do it. You got to say good evening. I have a couple of questions for you all. Okay. And whenever I say a couple, it's really like 20 or 30 questions. Not really. Not 20 or 30. But I start off really easy. Okay. What is your, like, of all the toppings in the world, you have to choose one that you can eat on ice cream ever again. Only one. What would that number one ice cream topping be?
Fruity Pebbles.
What'd you say? Fruity Pebbles? Ooh.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, Fruity Pebbles. I like that. Anybody else have something other than Fruity Pebbles? Or
Chocolate
does that
syrup.
just sway all of you?
Chocolate syrup goes good with
chocolate syrup.
Yeah.
You can't do that on chocolate ice cream, though.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Chocolate syrup on chocolate ice cream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gross.
Double
So
chocolate.
gross.
Oh, whipped cream.
Double chocolate.
Whipped cream? I found something the other day that I absolutely love. You warm up some extra crunchy peanut butter. You just put it on your ice cream. Total game changer.
What type of ice cream?
Any.
Any type? Are you sure?
Well, I don't know
Like
about
strawberry.
strawberry. I don't know about that. That'd be kind of weird. Strawberry peanut butter.
I feel like that would taste good.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like it would.
Maybe.
Worth a
I don't
try.
think it would.
Maybe.
I don't like peanut
Speaking of, I got another question for you. Speaking of weird things, is there something that you have ever disliked and then changed your mind? Like, I do not, so I'll give you an example. I always, my whole life, I hated guacamole. I think I really just hated the idea of guacamole. And then one year I went to Falls Creek and we came back and some of the ladies who went with us, they had a big bowl of guacamole in the kitchen and they were eating it and they were like, you have to try this. And I was like, no, I don't like guacamole. And they were like, no, you have to try this. And if you know anything about like the people who go and cook at Falls Creek for you, you have to do absolutely whatever they ask you to do. And so I took a chip and I dipped it in the guacamole and my life has never been the same since. I absolutely cannot get enough guacamole. So what is the one thing that you used to dislike that you've changed your mind and now you thoroughly enjoy?
Honestly, I used to hate mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise?
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
Really weird,
Yeah,
but
facts.
Yeah, mayonnaise. I could eat it on a chicken sandwich, but that's about it. Anybody else
used-
other than mayonnaise? What?
Chipotle.
Chipotle.
I really did. I didn't like it at all. Now it's one of my favorites.
I was going to say, now it's the only thing you ever talk about is Chipotle. Then you ever had Qdoba? Nope. Burrito Grill? Nope. Any of those other places? Nope. Chipotle. Anybody else?
I
Mine,
really like everything. So.
I would say salad.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't like salad.
Really?
Gotta have a
No.
lot of dressing.
I like a nice salad.
Abby, did you say you have to have a lot of dressing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like ranch.
Ew.
Yeah. I could eat it with just like
doesn't,
pepper. That'd be fine.
if it doesn't have it, it tastes like water.
That's all it is. It's a leafy vegetable that's made 100% of water.
it's also rabbit food.
Hey, I got some pictures of my rabbits. I'll show y'all later. They're so cute. Anyways, so if you only had one sense, we have 5 senses. What is it? Sight, sound, taste, touch. What is? There's a 5th one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sight, sound, taste, touch. Huh? Smell. That's it. If you only had one of those senses, you had to do away with the other 4. What would the one sense that you had? What would it be?
Taste.
Taste?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sight.
I'd say sight. Yeah,
say
sight. Mm-hmm.
I'd say sound.
Yeah. Like,
Sound? I don't know. I think sight too. I like
because
to.
you can still do sign language.
Yeah.
And if you can't taste anything, then you can eat whatever you want.
Ooh, that's true.
Ooh,
That's
that'd
true.
be-
This food is so disgusting, but it's going to keep me alive. And I'll be honest with you, if food didn't taste so good, I wouldn't eat so much of it.
True.
I'm saying. That's good. Sound, huh, Ben?
Yep. Music.
You're a music guy, so yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Any coffee drinkers in the room?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
All right, show of hands. Black or cream, okay? Black coffee? Any hands?
That's hard.
Oh, Lindy. Oh, anybody? Just me? Okay.
There neither.
Cream coffee?
I like both.
I don't like coffee, but if I have it, it has to have cream in it.
That's what I was gonna say. Any no coffees? Anybody no coffee?
Yeah, no coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just what is it? Mango Powerades.
Dude.
so gross. So gross.
Wait, Mango
For
Powerades-
those of
Have you
you
ever
who,
tried it? It's pretty good.
for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, it's blue Powerade with sugar-free mango syrup in it. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So,
So good.
I can say that too because I've actually tried it. Because after you talked about it so
Oh,
much, I thought,
dude,
"Well, let me give this a
great.
shot." Do what?
It's great.
Ugh,
Yeah, it's something bad.
Yeah.
ugh.
So good.
No.
Coffee.
Okay, moving on to a more serious note. Okay, onto a more serious note. 3 questions that are a little more serious. You all helped me come up with these questions, so if you don't like them, they're your fault. Question number 1. School is closed for the rest of the year now, and it won't start back until the next fall. I know a lot of times we plan in advance, we think forward about things, but looking back now, what is something that you wish you would have done if you had known that you were only going to go up until spring break and then school was going to be over? What would be something that you would have done in order to advance the gospel before school was canceled?
I think just taking more opportunities, like just trying to like look for opportunities and make opportunities happen, and just not being so nervous.
I wish I had just taken time to just like listen to more people's stories and just ask them like, like more about themselves, just so like now that like everything has to be done through technology, like I would know how to reach more of those people because I would kind of know like their background and like how they feel about certain things.
That's a big thing for me. I think I wish I would have reached out to people instead of focusing more on, oh, I could have did it tomorrow, or I'll just bury myself in my schoolwork. I wish I would have like built those relationships so I could still talk to them and reach out to them and share the gospel.
Yeah, because I think like a lot of times our excuse is that we have time and we'll do it tomorrow, and this kind of showed that like sometimes we don't really have that much time to do it. So yeah.
I wish I would have tried harder to start the Bible study because now that I won't be going to Middleburg anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Somebody else started.
You understood that, Josh?
Yeah, I speak gibberish. Anybody else?
Just like taking those opportunities that you took for granted.
It is.
Because there are so many of those at high school where you have so many opportunities just to speak to people you wouldn't normally, like now. We don't really speak to anyone but like our friend groups since we're like in quarantine. So
Yeah.
Yeah, because like now the people that you, like Rebecca said, the people that you talk to is like your close friends. And so like those like school acquaintances that you like don't see unless you're at school, like you don't have that chance to talk to them.
Yep.
So like with all that, I think it just kind of shows how like at school too many times we just stay in our comfort zone and we have to like go out and like talk to those people that like maybe you don't normally talk to.
And I think we have to like keep talking to them, not just like in school.
Like building
Like,
relationships.
I'm just like a one and done, pat myself on the back, I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make the effort to get closer to them and make sure that everything's going okay in their life and just staying constant. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like if you're like, let's say you're like good friends with them like in school, like continue it out of school to like get close to them.
Yeah. The good thing about that is now that you all have experienced this, now that you're thinking, okay, well, what did it look like? What could it have looked like? And now, like, it's all over. Like this year at school is all over. You have this experience now. You can look back and say, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time anymore. I'm not gonna say, maybe tomorrow, because there might not be that chance for you all to walk the hallways together tomorrow. So I think these are all good lessons, but if we don't use them, if we don't learn from them, then it's kind of pointless. So okay, that was good. Those were some really good answers. Second question though that I have is, what has God used this slowdown, this stop, this end of normal life for the moment? What has he used that to teach you?
I think kind of just to lean on him whenever like we're going through like an uncertain time, like something we don't know what's going on. We're not like in any sort of control. Just kind of lean on him.
It's weird. We think about that a lot. Like, what would I do in this situation? Well, like, we're in this situation.
Mhm.
So that's cool.
This slowdown has really taught me that the little everyday things that we typically all look past and don't really count it as a blessings, they really are. Like just driving our car to school and walking to the school building, or going to the grocery store, and like being able to like hug people. Like those are blessings, but like if we didn't have this slowdown, we wouldn't see those as blessings. We just see those as like normal life. So I think this slowdown has been good, letting us see that everything truly is a blessing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We need to like quit making ourselves so busy that we don't have any time to give to God, and just like know where your priorities are. And like this is a good time just to like really find out where your priorities lie, because whenever you take away all of the stuff that makes you busy, like what do you really do?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think like my biggest thing is, with everything getting canceled, I felt like, everything was coming to an end, and like it was the end of the world, and I was like, nothing's going my way anymore. But now that I'm looking at it from a different perspective, I'm trying to like see things from God's perspective. And while at the beginning I saw this as an end to some great things, it's also a beginning to even greater things, because during this time I'm having the ability to slow down and dive deeper in the Word. And it's also showing me that revival doesn't always have to take place in the church. It doesn't always have to take place in the church building. It can. It's taking place right now while we're on Zoom, and I just think it's so cool that we're able to have this sense of revival while we're all in our own rooms, but it's all like happening in our own hearts. And I think that's really what God's been teaching me right now.
Yeah, that's good. It makes me think of something that there was a guy, his name is Gypsy Smith. It was a long time ago. I'm not even going to act like I know when the date was, but Gypsy Smith drew a circle, and he would stand inside the circle and pray that God would start a revival there inside the circle.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you're talking about right now. We have to come to a point in our lives where God uses moments like this to wake us up, and he uses that newfound devotion, even in the uncertainty, to begin something new inside our hearts. But if it stops there, then there's really no point. We
Yeah.
have to let that push outside of us. So that's good. Anybody else?
I would have to say
What, Ben?
to appreciate the moments that we all have together, like when we're at school and like we're in class. Just like appreciate that we're all just there together.
Yep. Okay, so kind of on that same line. Oh, somebody's phone's doing it again. I'm gonna mute everybody. So on that same line, what is it that in this time you have found joy in? You know, we're talking about thinking back, like even the hugs in the hallways and the high fives and, Zach running around the track and everybody else in their sports, in their moments and in their friend groups. You would find joy in those times. Like you have friendships and it's happy times and it's good times. So what is it in these moments that you are finding your joy in?
Just the little moments that like I'm texting my friends because I usually don't get to communicate with them the last couple of weeks. So when I like text them or something, just find joy in that.
Something I found joy in lately is just like knowing that like even when these circumstances just change so fast that like God isn't changing and that like we can still like go to his word and like it's a time just to grow a relationship and we just find joy in him because like he's not going to change like this world just changes constantly.
For me, I have been able to reconnect with so many friends and just like I've been thinking about all these friendships that I've been able to rebuild and it's bringing joy because he's using this for the better and all these reconnections to where I can talk to others about my faith and all this stuff and like connecting with people.
For me, it's just like whenever you look outside and everything's starting to bloom and everything's like greening up, and just knowing that that's all from God. Like we didn't do any of that. That's his creation right there, his work.
Yeah, you are definitely your mother's daughter. That's what she talks about all the time. I love that. It's so true though. I was watching her video from earlier, and she was talking about how like this time of isolation could have happened in the wintertime. Like how miserable would that be? So cold and wet and gross outside, but it's in the springtime and like we do have time to sit and look at God's creation. It's pretty awesome. That's good.
Like, so the other day, us girls went on a drive and we drove past the high school and I saw Miss Lawless outside, and you don't notice how much one person brings so much joy to your life until you until you can't like talk to them. Like I'm missing Miss Lawless yelling in the hallways. Like that was something
yelling high across the hallway.
I was like, she's so loud, and I would laugh, but now I'm like, she carried so much joy in herself, you know? And that's something I miss.
Yeah. There's some things a text message or a phone call can't replace, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is something we can all be thankful for. I've definitely been thankful for it. This slowdown has definitely just been a stressful, I did not mean stressful, a non-stressful time in our lives where we can just sit and relax and have that time just to, just to dive into God's word and just to be us and just slow down and be able to think and control our thoughts and not have 50 million things going on all at once.
Yeah.
That is something I'm definitely thankful for.
Final question. Moving on. This is something I want everybody to answer. Absolutely everybody. Okay. Let's imagine that we're all on death row. And that's a horrible thing to imagine. I know. And the only reason I say we're on death row is because I need you to understand, like, this is the absolute last and final meal you will ever eat. What will it B.
Oh, God.
Everyone has to answer this question.
Something that has gluten.
I need some time for
Something that
that.
has gluten in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
I don't care what, just something.
I just want a piece of
Right.
real bread. One last time.
Amen.
Okay, I already have mine.
All right, what is it?
Chicken fried steak. I love it so much.
With the white gravy and the mashed potatoes.
Yes.
You got to tell me the sides. What are the sides here?
Okay, so back in Texas, I would go to Cotton Patch all the time, and I'd get chicken fried steak. Yeah, they had the sides of like the baked squash and this like broccoli rice casserole. It's not the best, but I miss it so much. So I would
This
have
is
that.
not a paid advertisement for Cotton Patch, but did you know that there's one in Ardmore?
Really?
Yeah, it's only like an hour and 15 minutes away.
I haven't gone to one yet since we've moved to Oklahoma, and I need to.
Yeah, there's one in Ardmore. I'm sure there's one closer, but
Yeah, there's one in Chickasha.
there you go. That's like 20 minutes away.
An all-you-can-eat buffet.
Of like just a total smorgasbord. Just give me one of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I think I would go to my grandma's house and find something there. She has some pretty good stuff.
Anything grandma cooks. Okay. I'll accept it.
Go to Saltgrass and go get a salad, and then get steak and mashed potatoes.
Saltgrass has some really good steak. You know what I like from Saltgrass is their fried zucchini.
Why get vegetables when you can get mashed potatoes or mac
You
and
just
cheese?
said a salad. That's vegetables.
Yeah.
I just want my vegetables fried.
Technically, potato.
Those are vegetables too.
Potatoes a vegetable. Oh, well.
Not a very good vegetable.
I would just eat chips and salsa.
Yeah, don't say from where though. Don't say from where because we want another unpaid advertisement like Rebecca gave us earlier. Both of the
Yeah, I
Rebeccas
don't
give
want
us
to start
unpaid
anything.
advertisements.
I'm getting sushi and then snagging some froyo.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
And you know it's got the fruity pebbles on top. The froyo has to.
Oh man, my favorite on froyo is the popping boba. You put the popping boba on the. Oh man,
Oh yeah, that's pretty
Love
good.
bobas.
so good.
Boba is so good.
Boba tea.
That's where it's
Probably chicken and waffles.
Ooh, chicken and waffles. Yeah,
Yeah,
we won't say the name of the restaurant in town that has fantastic chicken and waffles on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
That's where they come from.
Oh yeah, chicken and waffles were created just like a block down the road here.
If you know, you know.
If you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
I'm gonna steal Charlie's breakfast theme and go with biscuits and gravy, but it has to be sausage gravy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you know Emily does not like sausage gravy and biscuits?
What?
Yeah, she doesn't like biscuits and gravy. I don't.
How?
Y'all have to talk to her about that.
I don't like gravy.
Yeah. You don't like it either, Zach?
No, I don't.
They're so good though.
I'm a biscuit and gravy guy myself, but
I think I'd have to say my Mimi's pancakes. Those were good.
I have to say my mom's chili.
Ooh,
Big bowl of chili.
all right.
really good.
Grant, what do you got?
Pulled pork sandwich.
Ooh, barbecue sauce into the pork or on top of the pork?
On top.
Oh yeah, smother it. Cheese, no cheese, coleslaw, no coleslaw.
No, coleslaw's gross.
Yeah, coleslaw's disgusting.
Agreed.
Oh. All right, Katie, you're the last one, I think.
I would probably
potato soup or chicken.
I got the potato soup. The chicken is where it cut off.
I love potato
Oh, man,
soup.
potato soup is off the
Potato
chain.
soup is so good.
Charlie.
I
I
would
miss potato
take
soup.
a big, huge bowl of chicken massaman curry and a big fat clump of steamed white rice, and I would tear all of that up, and it would be delicious. It'd be delicious.
I actually didn't hear a pizza.
Do what?
I'm surprised no one said pizza.
No way, man.
Gross.
Pizza's cool and all, but we're talking final meal ever. Like,
Yeah, it's
But,
not
like
final
a deep
worthy.
dish from like Chicago.
yeah, I don't know. I would have to try it from Chicago first, and I've never had it. So
It's
I'm like,
good.
do I want it? It looks like lasagna to me. I don't know. Is that kind of what it is, or no?
It's, dude, I don't know. It's just like a different kind of good pizza.
Nice. Nice.
I can't even explain it.
Katie said not just chicken; it was chicken and dumplings.
Ooh.
Chicken and dumplings.
Yeah.
I could
Chicken
get
and
down with
dumplings
too.
from Cracker Barrel.
From crab.
Abby,
Yeah.
just give it a shout out.
All right. Well, thank you all for meeting and talking about these rando questions and giving us some of your input. I appreciate you guys. And it's been nice Zooming. I like technology. It's cool. I'd much rather be upstairs hanging out with you guys on the regular like we usually do. But yeah, it's the next best thing. I get to see all your smiling faces, and you don't have to look at mine if you want to turn my video off. So it's all good. Anyways, love you guys. We'll see, and we're gonna stick around. Like, it's okay. Somebody just left, but
Lindy left.
I don't want to hear any of that, Josh. See ya. Oh nope, she's back. Hey. So anyways, we're gonna stick around, but midweek, it was great hanging out with you guys, and we'll see you all on the flippy flop.
The on the flippity flip.
Flippity
If you flop.